welcome to VizRec News. I'm Turner Wine, and this week's big headline is what happened last weekend in the box office. That's right, Star Wars dropped astronomically, leaving the field wide open for a stampede by Jumanji. Mix that with Darkest Hour getting BP easily. Your perfect cinema last weekend was 3 Jumanji, 1 The Greatest Showman, and 4 The Darkest Hour. Now, in other headlines, there's no new wide releases this week, which is news in and of itself. Now with that, let's turn things over to Juju Schumacher, our movie weatherman, for this weekend's forecast. How's it looking out there, Juju?
Now it's time for our top 5 weekend forecast. Coming in at number 5, you can see coming out of nowhere underneath the radar this weekend is Ferdinand, hoping to bring in $5 million. And then at number 4, sweeping across the plain, you have The Greatest Showman, hoping to bring in $10 million. And then at number 3, we have a high-pitch cold front coming in as it hopes not to lose key, or go out of key I should say, is Pitch Perfect 3, hoping to bring in $17.5 million. And now for number 2, we're going to have to take a look at the forecast here in the jungle, as it looks like it's getting warmer, a little bit of rain, there's some rhinos, and look out for that hippo. It's Jumanji, welcome to the jungle, hoping to bring in $27 million. And then in the number 1 spot this weekend, the dark side has not completely taken over, as there's still hope for Star Wars The Last Jedi, hoping to bring in $63 million and the number 1 spot. Well, that's it for the forecast. Good luck, and back to you.
And now joining us via the internet is Drew from Visual Recreation. Thank you for joining us, Drew. Hello, Turner. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Now, you and Joey do these online videos. Am I correct in assuming that? Yes. That's great, that's great. So you make these videos for this online game called Fantasy Movie League. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Yes? Great. Now, can you give us an example of something that we would hear if we were to tune in for your show? Sure, for instance, this weekend, Molly's Game is only priced at $21. Even though it's just below 300 theater counts, it could break out being the newcomer. So if that's the case, you could do 1 Star Wars, 2 Greatest Showman, 4 Molly's Game, and 1 Lady Bird. Or you could do 1 Star Wars, 1 Pitch Perfect, and 6 Molly's Game. All the Money in the World only had $2.6 million last weekend, but it only premiered one day on Christmas Day. So if you have the whole 4-day weekend, it could put up a good showing. It has good reviews and is on a lot of award talk. So if that's the case, you can do 1 Star Wars, 1 Greatest Showman, and 6 All the Money in the World. And finally, out of all the movies that premiered last weekend, Star Wars is really rapidly decreasing pretty badly. You have Jumanji, really high priced this weekend. You don't know if it can reach that pricing point. In Pitch Perfect, we don't see hitting that pricing point. But Greatest Showman with a lot of award buzz, a great ensemble cast, and if it can hold really well, you could do 6 Greatest Showman, 1 Darkest Hour, and 1 All the Money in the World. And we would tell our audience that they could, if they have any comments or have their own risky picks they would like to share, they could leave it in the comments section below. And you're not even listening to me. You're not even paying attention to what I'm saying. Already there. That's a great job. Really fascinating stuff there. Now, we only have a few seconds left, but I want to get your opinion about something. Prior to this interview, a lot of people have been telling me that you and I look facially similar, but I just don't see it. What do you have to say about that? Turner, I have no idea what this has to do with anything. I'm sorry for having to cut you off, but we do have to go. Thank you for joining us. And that's it for the news, everybody. Juju, before we leave, do you have anything to add?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Indeed, and remember, that's the way the biscuit crumbles. Have a good night, everybody.